Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
Hey, what is happening? Welcome to another hump day on the Tim's Tidbits show. And what is happening? Larry E., how you doing, man?
Well, man, you good?
I am chilling. Up north, I am chilling. It's not snowing, but I am definitely chilling. Getting to be, because tomorrow's 1st of December, right?
Mm-hmm.
Working into the month. So, yeah, it's time for that snow and getting into the holiday spirit and all that ho, bah humbug stuff.
It's coming.
Y'all ready for that?
No. You know, kind of frugal. I can't even get the word cheap.
Cheap. Yeah, everybody's going to be cheap this year. What, are you kidding me? We'll get into some of those topics later, but I mean, hey, nothing's changed. Everybody's still trying to make a dollar stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And trying to, do the best they can day by day and make a dollar stretch. Obviously, I'll tell you what, it ain't easy. It's a struggle out there for everybody. And, hey, Larry and I realize that, and we're thinking about you. Hey, let's see what we are going to be talking about tonight, as a matter of fact. Go into the topics, and boom. Oh, Trump's base found guilty. And
That's a shocker.
That's not a shocker. Come on, Larry. We know better than this. Yeah, his guy from Proud Boys. Yeah, he got indicted or actually found guilty for sedition. So yeah, that'll be sentencing and all that. And I guess there's others. We'll get into a little bit of video on that. And dinner with a racist. Kanye. You heard about Kanye having dinner with the prez down in Mar-a-Lago, right?
That's another shocker.
Man, let's start it out right. Okay, let's get into it right off. We know that these guys were involved in that J6 insurrection stuff. Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, all these other morons, right? That that Donald likes to embrace. Well, anyhow, the one got found guilty of sedition. So hey, check it out. Let me get into the video here real quick. So see what's going to happen to this guy when it comes to sentencing.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland.
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to do
specifically
that, but
do it? Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But
a major conviction this afternoon, a jury finding the leader of the far-right group, the Oath Keepers, guilty of seditious conspiracy for his role in the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
The jury convicted Stuart Rhodes and Kelly Meggs for the plot to overturn the presidential election. Prosecutors say they used any means necessary to stop the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th. Rhodes and Meggs face up to 20 years in prison. 3 other people were acquitted on the seditious conspiracy charge, but were found guilty of other crimes.
That's what they get.
That's what they get. Yep. And did you see how, and I had to throw that one in before, because remember when he told them to stand by and stand down, and that's what prompted them to do that J6 insurrection stuff. That's what they said. Well, that's what he told us, stand by and stand down until, you know. And then he called them to D.C., right, to march on the Capitol and go hang Mike Pence and all this other BS crap. And what did he expect? And these are the people that he's embracing?
Yeah, I'm like, it's hard to, like, you know, like I say, I used to like Trump before he became president, because he was entertaining as an entertainer. You know what I'm saying?
He was good on Home Alone, and he had, yeah.
I liked his story with he's a businessman and bankrupt and found a way to get back on top. And when I was in Vegas one time, we stayed in this hotel, nice hotel in Vegas, the Trump Tower, beautiful hotel, fantastic room. But I stopped there because he's not a politician, and he had no place to be where he was. And I have no idea how that happened. I'm like, it was just a snowball effect. Everything just went downhill. It was ridiculous. And he's still keeping it going. And they need to get found. They need to get arrested for what they did. I'm like, because it's only fair.
The thing about Donald is, you know, that is he's too much of a narcissist. And I mean, you know, people can argue that point left and right. It's always just about him. And when you're supposed to be a leader of a country, you're supposed to be looking for the majority of the country, right? What does the majority of the country want? What do they think is best, right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that is your role as president, to, you know, oversee that the majority is, you know, getting their fair share, not getting screwed.
Or make the majority believe that they are part of the country.
At least make them believe so, right?
They make them feel that they contributed. We are somebody. Make us feel that we are somebody. That's their job, to lie to us, which they do lie to us, but then make us still feel.
Now go ahead and lie, but at least
American.
make me feel good about your lie, right?
Exactly. So, but what he did is he got all the most negative people he could get.
You got it.
And it just happened to be, and there's some black people that were like that too. But he got a lot of negative white people, racist white people. They joined his team. Then he became what the guy said last time, he's identity president. So whatever that's going to make propel him to be more popular, that's what he ran with.
Kind of the AB test. Yeah, you know, which one does the crowd want me to go with? Which way do you want me to go? Yeah.
But with his position, with his popularity, wouldn't it have been so great that he could have used that to bring everybody together? Wouldn't that have been crazy if he would say, "Hey, this racism stuff is going on way too far"?
Yeah, like, let me stop you there. He does not do that, Larry. He embraces racism when he brings somebody like Kanye West into the White House, or I mean down to Mar-a-Lago rather, and into the White House prior to when he was in presidency, and embraces, you know, the ideals of somebody like that who is, you know, anti-Semitic. And then he brings a white racist with him. Check this out. We're going to come back to this one.
Okay.
One week after former President Donald Trump announced that he would seek re-election to the nation's top office, he dined at his Mar-a-Lago home with 2 men known for their racist and anti-Semitic beliefs, 24-year-old political commentator Nick Fuentes and Ye, the hip-hop musician formerly known as Kanye West. Laura Barone Lopez has more.
The Department of Justice identified Fuentes as a white supremacist last year. He is a Holocaust denier who has threatened violence against Jewish people and spread hate against Black Americans and other groups. Ye has also been condemned for anti-Semitic and anti-Black comments. In statements, Trump claimed Fuentes was invited by Ye and that he did not know him. The dinner is the most recent example, however, of the former president associating with bigoted individuals and conspiracy theorists and elevating their ideas. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer responded on the floor today.
For a former president to sit down and have dinner with a high-profile anti-Semite is disgusting and dangerous. To give an anti-Semite even the smallest platform, much less an audience over dinner, is pure evil. Even assuming the former president didn't realize Mr. Fuentes was coming to Mar-a-Lago, for him to refuse to condemn Fuentes and his bigoted words after the dinner is appalling and it is dangerous.
There it is.
Yeah, you know what? The crazy part, how can you call Trump racist when he has Kanye there? When he's...
I mean,
the dude don't know what he wants to do, man. The earth. I'm like, now,
as soon as you explain to me what Kanye is, what Ye is now, wherever he is in his own little realm of the universe.
Ye and Trump, there are nobody but two regular guys that has a lot of followers that support them sometimes no matter what. Okay, I'm tell you something, man. Bullets and guns and all that stuff, they'll kill you quickly, won't they? You shoot somebody, shoot them right place they did. Mm-hmm. Words will destroy you over a long period of time, and you will still be alive to feel those words in your soul and your system. You know what I'm saying? With words are way more dangerous than bullets, and they're using their platforms to destroy a reality that we're trying to create of equality.
Right. And you have somebody like Nick Fuentes who's, talking anti-Jewish, anti-Black, and I don't get why Ye wants to hang out with him, based even whatever. But, why would, I have to agree, why, as a leader of the country, would you even sit at a table with somebody like that? That's not what the majority of the people, I would hope, believe in this country.
The thing about it, all of them are leaders. Let's not get that mistaken. Ye's a leader, Trump's a leader, the other guy's a leader, because they have followers. They have people that, not just your immediate family or your friends, they have people outside their races, their ethnicities and their culture that follows them. So they are neat leaders. It's just that they're just bad with their verbiage, and they got diarrhea of the mouth. And Kanye has basically said he sold out the Black culture because of because we don't invest our money in buying America, because he said America's for sale, but everybody can't buy America.
So what's his identity then? What is Ye's identity?
He just look at me. I'm a guy sitting on a podcast. Okay. Ye is just like me. Ye put his shirt on the same way I put my shirt on, socks, shoes, everything. He just has people that follow him because of his music and beats. If he never made beats and been connected with Jay-Z and all the rap, hip hop stuff, if he never was in the rap culture, he'd be another guy like any other Black guy or other brother sitting back doing whatever.
It's occupying space and shit.
Yeah, Ye is nobody without his rap background and all that crap. He's nobody without Kim Kardashian. He's
Kim.
Nobody.
Kim's driving his ass nuts.
Trump is, look, they are nobody without the media. If the media stops putting the camera in their faces and playing back what they say, people will totally forget about them.
That's
totally.
That's exactly, and we've discussed what that's all about anyhow. I mean, the media controls everything. It was interesting. We had a discussion earlier, Larry. Let me pause just what we're talking about for a moment. With a gentleman on the Queen Sylvia show the other day, and he was talking about how generations have ideals about love, and I said, I think in family life, and I said it's all kind of like Norman Rockwell. You grow up in the '60s, and you had this mom and dad, with dad cutting the turkey and mom in the apron, and you get into the '70s, and you had the hip hop, cool mom and dad, and you get into the '90s. Everything changed. I said, so yeah, the way that we envision how we should act, how we should behave, how society is fed to us through media.
Yeah, but weak-minded people can't fall for other weak-minded people. Because Kanye West and Trump, they're weak-minded because they don't see the big picture. They only see what they can get out of it.
Yeah, their self.
They don't see the big
Correct.
picture. They're opportunists. They see, okay, this is my platform. They got a bunch of little minions working around them saying, say that, say this, do this. You're going to get more followers. You're going to get more money. And that's what they're doing. They're just media hogs, and they're getting rich and getting paid off saying these shock things like comedians. They sharing shock shit, and people's jumping on it. Some people like it, some people don't. They're choosing sides. And Kanye West has got a bunch of minions around him, and if he would just, they would just take the, if everybody would leave him alone, Trump alone, if they take the cameras off of those guys, they'll disappear.
I believe you're 100% correct.
They would disappear because they're nobody. They're just regular guys that the media wants to put in our faces all the time. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of seeing those shitheads, man. They ain't even doing anything. They just talking shit, saying the dumbest shit over here, and then they pulling everybody else in with them.
Man, hey, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's move on. Rail strike for the holidays. As we know, let's check this out real quick. But, I mean, we have another looming...
Last thing we need.
Yeah, the last thing that we freaking need. Check it out. We're going to come back and we'll discuss this crap, too.
This morning, the White House is stepping in to try to avert a shutdown of America's freight train system. A shutdown could cripple supply chains, cost the economy an estimated $2 billion per day, and place a massive strain on the trucking industry.
If rail goes down, and then all the shippers are going to rely on trucks to get their product to store shelves. So all those Amazon packages, it's going to cost a lot more.
The American Trucking Association's now calling on lawmakers to act, and more than 400 business groups signed a letter to Congress saying, "We call on you to take immediate steps to prevent a national rail strike and the certain economic destruction that would follow." Experts say a strike could even affect the country's water supply.
A lot of chlorine is put on rail, goes to water supply facilities, and if that gets disrupted, then our water supplies could be as well.
4 of the 12 railroad unions rejected a recent agreement with rail operators. A main sticking point has been the amount of sick leave for rail workers. If a deal is not reached or forced by Congress, a strike could begin after December 9th. President Biden yesterday asked Congress to intervene. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi responded, saying the House will take up legislation this week requiring railroad crews to work under a previous tentative agreement. In the Senate, Democrats would need Republican support to pass the bill.
I don't think we'll see a strike. I think the president and Congress have come to the realization that a strike would be too hard on the economy, particularly at this time when inflation is so high.
I'm like, it's time that they go on strike. I'm going to apply. So I'm like, they don't want to work. I'll work for the railroad. No, you know what makes it? What's funny is, Tim, they always saying there's going to be a strain on the economy. So they got, and they're saying they got to get more truck. It's going to be more strain on truck drivers. Okay, just don't raise the prices, so it won't be a strain. Who's going to raise the prices? The trucking company is going to raise the prices because they say they lack truckers. And there's no way to deliver. They got to work longer hours. They got to hire more people. That don't mean you got to raise the prices. But you know who always suffers? We do, the consumers.
The same thing happened. You made me think about what happened when they had that issue with the Mississippi. And he's talking about shipping supplies. You know, putting a strain on the industry with the rail and the over-the-ground transportation. And here's my question. And first off, let me preface it by this. I do know that today the House voted and they said, yeah, we're going to pass this and make the people adhere, as they had suggested in that video, you know, to the earlier agreement. And then it now will go to the Senate, right? So here's my thing. You have a union that's, you know, supposed to protect these people, to give them what they want, right? Okay, now, does the government have the right to go in there and say, I don't care if you're on strike, if you are a union, you're going to take what we're offering you, and this is the way it's going to be. This is the best we're going to offer, and there it is.
Yes,
But
and
yeah, because because of the severe economic impact it could have by such a small minority, do you think that's right that the government can just step in and say, this is it? You're not going to cause this much shit.
The government's only stepping in because they don't want an economic panic. That's what they don't want. They don't want like a super riot. They don't want people panicking and not getting their merchandise. And you think about it, if people start panicking over something, for one thing, water, we need water. So if you go into economic panic, I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can really see how people really are when they're not getting merchandise, certain things.
Like toilet paper and
toilet paper. They saw it happen in COVID, how it went. They're trying to avoid the same thing. But the union is supposed to take care of those employees. Now, if I'm under a union and the government steps in, and I'm like, what do we need y'all for?
Yeah, what am I paying you $30 a month for?
So then the union is not effective, but unions have been around for so long. Unions around with Martin Luther
This is
King
what I'm asking you. You know, I can see both sides here. You know, the one side is, why should a small minority, and that could be 1/2 of 1% of the people, have anything to do with the railroad in the United States that can have an effect on 100% of the population? That's not right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. You know, I don't know what the stats may be, and I can tell you it's a lot less than 1/2 of 1%.
Yeah, but look how important they are for the transportation of goods.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Yeah. But then again, is it right for a government to be able to come in and sit there and say, well, I don't care what the union or what you're paying your dues to and who they think they are?
You know, I like to see champions win. Nobody beats the government, period. The government is the champion. Can't no union beat the government. You can't sue the government. A union can't do anything about the government. They just can't beat them. I'm like, the union is just a buffer anyway. A union is nothing but a middleman. That's all they are. They don't even work for the company. They work for the people that work for the company. Unions don't even, they're just a buffer. They're just like a mediator. That's all they are. High-paid mediators are mediators. That's it. You know, you got to think about who in union has connections with the president and the government. That's what I'm saying. I guess the union didn't put enough money into Biden's campaign. You know,
there you are. Yeah,
you got to pay those guys off. So I'm like, if the government's stepping in and saying, "Hey, you're going to do what we say," forget the union. That means they didn't pay them off.
They're not. Well, I think that you know, in all seriousness, you know, I don't know. It ain't even coming down to that. It comes down to, I think that you have to make the decision. You know, again, back to the top of the show. As a leader of the country, you do what's best for the majority, not the minority.
Yeah, or at the end of the day, if you don't like your job, just got to quit. If you got screwed, the union's screwing you, the government's screwing you, and you got to quit, find something else.
Yeah, I mean, there's other jobs out there. That's what they said about these people that got laid off at Google, right?
Yeah, it ain't gonna be as great as your job, but at the end of the day,
they was like, these people are so smart, they're not gonna have a problem. You guys are so skilled that you want, railroad workers, don't worry about it. They're always looking for Walmart greeters.
From the railroad.
That was wrong.
Can you imagine one of them hardcore railroad
I'm sorry, guys. That was wrong. That was a bad joke.
I can imagine one of those hardcore railroad guys, like, hilarious.
Being the Walmart. Welcome to Walmart.
Yeah. Where's the bread? Do I look like I got bread? Just work at the railroad.
Do I look like an index to you?
The railroad screwed me. I don't know what the bread is. I'm just here because I need this job. At the end of the day, man, they just got to find another. If they're not happy with it, and the union didn't take care of them, and they paying their dues, they find another job.
No, well, I can understand. You know, I think that there's a point to where when you sit there, maybe for worker safety, and some working conditions. Over hours, whatever the case may be, working in, 120 hours a week or some crazy shit. Well, yeah. You know, I understand why a union's there because, you know, that stuff used to happen. It did. That used to happen.
But Tim, some unions are petty. Some unions be like, "Hey, we want them to get $5 raise for this, just for that. We want this X amount of days." Some unions, you know, they go overboard. Some employees go overboard. You know, because I've been around some union people.
I have too.
And I'm like, man, just go to work. You don't even need all that. That's not even that big enough to go on strike for, bro. Chill out, man.
I understand both sides. Well, anyhow, as you know, earlier this year, let's move on. The Supreme Court was so nice to overturn Roe v. Wade, and then we also have, you know, in the mouth of Clarence Thomas, can you believe it, talking about, you know, wanting to overturn, you know, equality in marriage. But guess what, you know? Thank goodness that, you know, we have some people in the government that can get this taken care of before the, I don't know what you call this Supreme Court starts overturning everything, but we'll get it into law. So at least we may still have same-sex marriage and interracial marriage.
We are hearing that the Senate is voting now to protect same-sex marriage, and it's passed 61 to 36. The bill will now go to the House. This final passage of this bipartisan bill to protect same-sex and also interracial marriage, in fact. But this vote on same-sex marriage will now go to the House before being sent to President Biden's desk to be signed into law. This, of course, as the Supreme Court is reviewing some legislation and decision that had legalized same-sex marriage back in 2015. So this is not necessarily a national requirement according to the bill, but all states must now it would require individual states to recognize another state's legal marriage. So basically giving more clarification as this debate on same-sex marriage continues to shift in national politics here in the U.S. Now the Senate voting to protect same-sex marriage, 61 to 36, sending the bill to the House, and then once that's clear, to be sent to President Biden.
Okay, okay. Now, I'm heterosexual. I have a wife. Okay. All right. Now, I don't want to offend all the same-sex marriage people, but I believe in man and woman. Like, why they mess around with interracial marriage? Why is it even brought up? Why is that? That's racist. Okay. No, they discriminate against same-sex. That's discrimination, but it's same-sex. That's not racist saying that they don't want two men married, two women married.
Because it all comes down to the person's particular viewpoint.
But I'm like, why are you talking about some interracial? I'm like,
okay, just because you and I believe in Scripture, okay, and it says that a man will lay with a woman and a man should not lay with a man, whatever. Okay, that's on us. Now, if you have another group of individuals, just because that's my belief. But my belief doesn't make me get through everyday life. It doesn't help me eat, doesn't help me, right? Mm-hmm. So why should my belief have to be imparted on this other individual who may be in love with a person of the same sex and they want to spend their life together and they want to contribute to society together? So what? You know, who am I to dictate to that? And the same thing as with when you start talking about black and white. Why should... Who cares?
Exactly. Okay. Is that what I'm trying to say? Like I say, I believe in what I believe in, man and woman. That's me, that's you. Everybody agrees with me. Okay. If another man marries another man, another woman marries another woman, that doesn't affect me.
No.
You know, like I told a few shows back, whatever you got to do to be a better person, do it. If it takes two men to be together, be better people, or make this world better, then two men need to
do your
together.
thing.
It takes two women. I'm just saying, I myself believe in man and woman. And will I support same-sex marriage? Will I feel comfortable with it? Not really. But like I say, why would the government care? Why would I care? I'm like, I got my wife. I know where I stand, and I have family members that are gay. So I have no problem with that. All I'm saying is, why are they even worried about that? What's the purpose? They worried about Roe versus Wade.
Because you have people that can't. Let's call them homophobic. Let's call them interracialophobic. Let's call them Asiaphobic. I mean, I don't know. You know,
that's not going to better us as a people. I'm not going to sit there and just get mad at this man because he with another man to get mad at that woman because she's another woman. And if they come giving me a hard time about being heterosexual, then I'm gonna give them a hard time about being together. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you cool with me, being with a woman, then I'm cool with you being a man. If that takes both of y'all to be better people and better this world, yes. I'm just saying that as a man, the way I grew up, I say man and woman because reproduction.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I say that. Because two men can't make a baby, two women can make a baby. We need kids. We need our kids. We need more people. We need more better people to come into the world, and men and women can produce kids. And it's better done naturally. So, but that's why I say man and woman need to be together, not because they are gay. I don't care about you being gay. I'm saying we need kids. We want babies and come into the world, and that's what we need, men and women together.
But it brings me back to, the same thing that, when they wanted to take away, and you have Clarence Thomas wanting to take away, and he did take away affirmative action, right?
Like, why do they care? Who cares? They already
and especially,
got their job.
I would love to see, Clarence, how did you get into college?
They sitting up on Capitol Hill chilling, getting paid good money.
I'm just asking
if
that had anything to do with it. But and now you're married, and he's married to a white woman, right? So I'm like, and I don't get it. Your whole logic, it's going against obviously your lifestyle. I mean, you did go to college on affirmative action. You can't lie about that. Come on, get real.
Married to a white woman.
You're married to a white woman. Now you want to abolish all this for what?
I don't understand.
And you want to dictate it to everybody. And like I said, I believe in freedom of choice. As long as you don't tread on me, that old thing, like don't tread on.
That's it. Yeah. If you don't have a problem with me being with a woman, and I don't have a problem with you being with a man. Yeah. If you're a man, I don't. That's it. But all I'm saying is, why are they worried about it? Why are they worried about these 4 topics? They got everybody riled up: abortion, affirmative action, interracial dating, same-sex marriage.
Keep our mind off of how bad the economy is, but we can still complain about that. Have you seen the price of shit? I'm getting tired. The only thing that's coming down a bit's gas, and I mean, that's like down what, maybe 10, 15 cents?
Yeah, I'm like, they just make me mad. They got the homeless people. We got the inflation. We got these high prices. We have all these things that are taken away from the American people instead of bringing us forward.
And you're dicking with this other crazy stuff.
Bullshit. Say who cares? Listen, I just want better people. I want a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman to get together and be better people to make this world better. If you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you.
Now that brings up another thing that, again, kind of got brought up on Tuesday's show that I would recommend our viewers, if you want to go back to our YouTube channel, www, or the Queen Sylvie Show, and you can see it. And we were talking about same-sex marriage. He was talking, it takes a man to raise a man and a woman to raise a woman. Now, do you believe, and that was kind of his viewpoint. Do you believe that? Okay, now let's say, do you think that 2 men can raise a young girl? Do you think 2 women can raise a young man and make him?
Not. I've been in that position before. Okay. No, I've tried it. Can't. When you get a boy gets a certain age, as every boy gets a certain age, and testosterone kicks in. Women don't have testosterone. Okay. Girl gets a certain age, and they start transforming into the girl that's the boys and attitude and then stuff like that. We don't have that. How can you explain that? How can you deal with it? It's a chemical thing between men and women, and it makes it even better. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it makes it better, because I ain't gonna sit there and say that 2 men can't raise a girl or a boy together, or 2 women can't do it. They can, if they want to try and it works out. They try to work out. It's all good for them.
I'm thinking, do you think it has anything to do with like leadership by example? You learn how to behave as a man. You learn how to behave as a woman when you have that particular type of role model, rather than the double male or double female role model.
You know what? I try to speak from things that I know from my knowledge level. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a little bit about politics, government, stuff like that, and economy and people and this, but I've never been around 2 men that raise a son or a daughter. I've never been around 2 women together they raise a son or a daughter. Or
Neither have
whatever.
I. And no,
I don't know.
And
I don't know how
again,
it works.
I propound that question is because I wonder where, what the logic of some of these people are that are in our, in Congress. How do they decide, that it's good, it's okay, I mean, what values, what ethics, what are you bringing into this to make that decision?
Yeah, and like I say, I don't have any close gay friends, so I don't know how that works. I got gay people I talk to, some comedians, family members, and stuff like that, but I don't have anybody close where they share their stories to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That intimate, that intimate. Mm-hmm.
Intimate. I ain't never been intimate with no one that's not heterosexual, so I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I know it's not right for the government to say they can't get married just because they're the same sex. I'm like I say, I say what I say when it comes to man and woman, because I grew up mother and father, and then I think of mother and father, that's just where I grew up, and I think it's natural, and I think it'll be easier for the child in an environment where they got two toxic parents. You can still fix it and figure it out, but I don't know how to work with that. I think maybe the kids might be kind of confused or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know a kid that had two same-sex parents that grew up that I know. I don't know, because I'm not even in that circle. That's why I say I don't know why they worried about it. You're not even in that world.
I don't worry about it. I always kind of look at it in the aspect of, if you and I are sawing a log, we're on the other ends of a buck saw. I don't care if you're short, tall, black, white, male, female, as long as you're pulling your load.
Yeah, you're doing your job. I'm cool with you.
I don't give a
period. Shit. I'm tell you, when I worked, I was a LP manager. One of my security officers, he was a gay dude, black dude, big old, tall, strong dude. He could have made a good, strong man for a woman. He was gay. He would come to work with his nails painted, sometimes his wigs on. I love that dude, and he would handle his business. You know what I'm saying? And some stuff popped off because I was working in the hood, so we had to handle people rough over there. And I said, it's time to get down. But he had his nails on his hair. He didn't care. He handled his business. Love that dude. He was, I'm like, bro, you got your wig on? He was like, they don't go to the club. I said, okay, just handle business.
Yep, some of the nicest people that I've ever met.
Yeah, he never told me his stories or nothing. He'll tell me when he went out, but he never got in depth into it because he knew I was heterosexual. He knew I wasn't gay, I was straight. So that was the divide. We did our job. I respected it, what he did. I'm just like,
I guess the other end of it is you probably really never asked the question. It's like, hey, listen, let me ask you something.
Yeah, because I didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With him being gay doesn't affect me, only unless he didn't do his job.
That's what I'm saying. What do you give a shit unless it affects you directly?
Why are they worried about it?
My children might see it. Then your child might like it. So what? I mean, that's,
They sitting way up here, looking down. They way up here. Why are you worried about regular folk?
I ain't hip.
People.
I ain't hip. Hey, man, did you see that, or on the news the other night about the apartment fire that happened in China? Where these people that were in the lockdown and the apartment fire and they couldn't get to them and all these people died. Oh, check us out. Let's get into this conversation. Interesting conversation.
Tonight, Chinese authorities are clamping down, out in force in major cities where some streets are now walled up. Police even searching phones for images or messaging apps that might connect people to the demonstrations. Some universities now sending students home. The remarkable scenes of protest against China's stifling zero-COVID rules. It isn't clear if the moment for protesters will last. The security apparatus here is massive. Surveillance networks are sprawling. And the government has little tolerance for discontent.
Hey, what is the zero COVID rule? What do they mean by that?
Oh man, you can't be outside. You are, and you seen that earlier. I mean, they were locking people like inside. Remember we did that one showed the one video was maybe I don't know, might have been even a year ago. Where they would shut the gate down and lock the gate. I mean, these people can't get out.
No, that's not right.
So they're like locked in, and apparently, they were talking about what was it? The rescue squads. Couldn't even get to them.
Were they regular people or protesters?
They were regular people. That's what the people were protesting. It's this zero tolerance lockdown garbage where, people are locked in their apartments. People can't get out. And you have a situation like that. Now what? And now they're talking, and that's that, and they're talking the Communist Party, and that's the way the dictatorship works. You're going to stay inside. And if we come outside, we'll, shoot you with rubber bullets. Maybe real bullets because the news is here. I don't know.
Man, golly, I'm like, Jesus, what's just going on in this world?
But they have. It's going to be interesting. China has its own issues. I mean, we've talked about them before, anyhow.
They have some real issues. We got some bull crap going on over here.
But it goes all over the place. And I don't know that we're having any, COVID issues here. I think we're having influenza A and B and some type of respiratory shit for the young kids.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
because your wife's in nursing, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't feeling good the other day, but I don't know that we've got influenza going around all that bad. But who the heck knows?
My wife and daughter, they were both sick last week.
Were they?
Well, they were jacked up. They were jacked up, bro. They were out of there. I didn't get sick.
Really? You get your shot?
Yeah, I took some shot of Crown, and I was drinking on Crown. I took some gin, so I took my shots of my alcohol. That's probably what kept me up.
That's probably what killed the virus.
That alcohol, you got to drink sometimes, man.
Damn right. Hey, man, let's move on here. Oh, actually, we are out to call a crackhead. Wait a minute. Hang on. This is funny. Because sometimes we know that there's needs for crackheads in different parts of the world. Sometimes you need a refrigerator moved. Sometimes you need your window cleaned on your car. Other times
you don't want to pay full price, call a crackhead.
Other times you may just want him to tell you a story.
I want to thank you for coming out. I want to tell you to keep the faith. Oh, you ever watch a stupid movie late at night hoping it's going to get better, don't get better, but you keep watching it anyway? Because the other night I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie called Fright Night, Freak Night, or some type of night. But it's about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are cool people, are they not? But I'm going to tell you something that I found out. A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that? I never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I wanted to be a werewolf. So I'm watching my TV. These kids watching their TV, vampire kill on their TV. So you know it's kind of stupid, but I'm still watching though. So they win this contest to bring this actor. Now y'all gotta stay with me. Bring this actor who's a vampire killer from that TV to get rid of this real life vampire in their ad. So as this actor comes to their home, he got all the right stuff. He got all the right stuff because you gotta have a stake, you gotta have a thing to kill him in the heart. And he got a necklace of garlic, so that worked. I don't know what it does, but it worked. You gotta have a cross because it burned. I know that worked. They walked upstairs and this vampire looking real good in this black suit. Whoa, that sounds like Senator Warnock, doesn't it? Looking all good in this black suit, floated from the ceiling. He floated from the ceiling looking good and cool. And I'm thinking, whoa, they better get out of that house. If somebody float from your ceiling, get out of that house. That's not your house. But as he floated from the ceiling, the kids jumped behind that hero. As they jumped behind that hero, the guy jumped in front of him with this holy word, threw it on the vampire's forehead. He covered his eye. And he took his hand away. He started laughing. And he said, that don't work. He took the cross and put it on the vampire's forehead. And the vampire didn't even do anything. He said, that don't work. And that's the way it is in our life. It doesn't work unless you got faith. It is time for us to have faith. We got to have faith in our fellow brother. We got to have faith in this country. We got to have faith in the elected officials. And right now, that's the reason I'm here.
He said all that just to say that. He said all that just to say you got to have faith in the country, a brother, and the elected official. He said all that. Kill a vampire in his heart.
That was his runoff speech.
Have you heard the term when they mess with LeBron and they said shut up and play basketball?
Called
Herschel needs to
Crackhead.
shut up and pay. Herschel needs to shut up and pay for abortions. That's what he needs to do.
Wasn't that
I like
stupid?
Herschel, man.
That was
I like
dumb.
Herschel.
I like Herschel too. He's something.
Yeah, but he on the same level as Trump. He same level as Trump. They do not need to be politicians. They should not be in office.
But anyhow, I want to be a werewolf, not a vampire.
He said, "Kill a vampire in a heart."
I don't know why it worked, but it worked.
And I saw the movie Fright Night, both of them.
Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah, Fright Night. It's an older Fright Night. It's a newer Fright Night.
You knew what he was talking about.
I know exactly what he's talking about. No, it's three of them. There's Lost Boys. The Lost Boys is a vampire movie.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Then you got Fright Night, which is the older one, and then the new one. Those are one. He must have been referring to those three movies. But the Fright Night with the throwing in my face, it won't work and all that. Because once you invite a vampire in your house,
oh yeah, that's right.
The garlic and all that stuff don't work. Now if you don't
broke
invite
the rule.
them, you mess them up. Yeah. He should have had me just to sit there and
slapped him in the head. Shut up, Herschel.
No, I don't know. Herschel still got some weight on him. I got a couple squabs on me, but
you think
Herschel
you're faster
tough.
than him? You can outrun him, couldn't you?
I can't even outrun Herschel. Herschel, we both, yeah, he's still fast and he got some weight, so it'd be a tough take. I ain't gonna slap him, but I say Herschel shit.
That ain't cool. Anyhow, you know what we got to get to now? Your other favorite part, man, the asshole of the week. And who would say, and bum, our asshole of the week happens to be Ye.
I think the thing that Trump was most perturbed about, me asking him to be my vice president, when Trump started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I was going to lose, I'm like, well, hold on, Trump, you're talking to Ye.
There you are.
You know what? You know what's funny though? Because like all the assholes.
Hold on. Wait. You're talking about Ye.
Yeah. No, because I see something. I see a trend. Because all the assholes of the week have been like Caucasian people, and now brothers are stepping up saying, "Fuck that! Y'all ain't finna get all that assholes."
Yeah, I'm getting tired of this,
brothers
right?
brothers
are stepping up.
Brothers are saying, "No, it ain't. White people ain't finna get all this shit. We getting some of these motherfuckers too." Brothers are stepping up.
These white people getting too much play on the asshole awards. Mm-hmm.
Ye is representing horror right now. Herschel, who's next? Who's next in line to be asshole week for a black person? I'm just the Supreme Court guy that's
Clarence.
Affirmative action. Yeah, Joe Clarence, and he married to a white woman. I'm like, if you don't set your dumb ass up, your goofy ass up. It's so. Oh my God, these brothers.
I'll tell
I'm
you
like,
what.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody gets it, bro.
And I think it's funny. Yeah, I told him I was running for president and that I wanted him to be my vice president. And he yelled at me, "You're gonna get beat." Wait.
So
you're talking.
Can you
to
imagine?
me.
Can you imagine Kanye West the president and Donald Trump the vice president? This motherfucker country will burn down.
President Ye.
Yeah, and he making beats, rapping every time he making beats and rapping. Yeah, Jay. Then he got Jay-Z in the background. They doing this and all the other rappers. I'm like, what?
You ought to do that as a set.
Push your P.
Yay.
Put your P up there with him. Yay, President Donald Trump.
Yay for president.
Grabbing booties and coochies.
And get a mega hat.
He grabbing booties and coochies, playing golf. And this dude is making beats and like doing rap concerts in the White House.
That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right.
It's gonna be a concert every week. Okay. I'm trying to get over Ye. Okay.
Larry, give some people a fitness tip.
Hi, what's going on? This is Larry Estelle from LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. I'm a certified personal trainer through NASM, National Academy of Sports and Medicine. I've been training myself and I've been training, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm a better trainer now than I was when I was younger. So I've been doing this for over, I can say about 20 years. You can check me out on Instagram at Estelle Junior Larry, or you can check me out on Facebook at Estelle Junior Larry or LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. Same thing with Instagram, LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. Here's my tip. Doing something is better than doing nothing. I know it kind of sounds like Herschel right now, but listen. As long as you're training or working out or doing something 30 minutes a day, If you can't go in and get a full training session, a full hour, hour and a half, do something. Going to the gym, maybe walk on the treadmill 15 minutes, and then go do some push-ups or sit-ups or chin-ups or whatever that's within your skill level. Do some core or just do sit-ups or whatever. You can't do push-ups or chin-ups, do assisted push-ups. Do some wall push-ups. Do some crunches. Do some planks or whatever. Do something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. And the key to being fit is cardio and putting pressure on your body, like doing push-ups and weightlifting. You got to put pressure on your bones, and that helps you in the long run as you get older to prevent your bones from being brittle and damaging as they get older, because they will fall apart. So make sure doing something is better than doing nothing, and make sure you do cardio, and make sure you do some kind of weightlifting or something where you're putting pressure on your bones. That's the tip from LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving.
All righty then. Hey, and Smooth Tim telling me you can follow me, Tim McGiffon, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or you could easily go to thequeensylviashow.com and get in contact with me there. And you can also have resources to get to all the other shows that I'm involved with. The only thing that I wanted to say is, hey, do you. Larry and I was talking, especially for those people of faith, is, one thing that it does say is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that means even dictating how you should live your life and who you should be with and where you should live. Keep all that in mind, people. It's a lot easier to love somebody than to hate somebody. And you take that to the bank. Any regards, amen on that, huh? We appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight and following us. And until next week, hey, Larry and I are so out of here. So, hey, peace, man.